I now call Jenni Minto, who will be the last speaker before I ask the Minister to respond to the debate. Ms Minto, up to 4 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you, Presiding Officer. And I too would like to thank Jamie Halcro Johnston for securing this debate. Mr Halcro Johnston's motion is correct in recognising the importance of lifeline ferry links to Scotland's island communities, and I was pleased that he also included in his contribution the importance of connections mainland to mainland, such as Campbelltown to Johnston and Dunoon to Gourock. I would also like to thank and recognise the fantastic work that the CalMac staff do both onshore and aboard vessels to make people's journeys as safe and enjoyable as possible. The current problems on the services have made this job more difficult, juggling the different travel needs and expectations of locals, businesses, visitors and public services. Now, I wasn't in Parliament when the REC debate took place, but I watched it on television. I was struck by the consensus across the chamber from all parties contributing to the debate, all with solutions, possible solutions. The ferry issue is a huge one and has clearly been raised by everybody that has spoken in this debate. And I think we also need to recognise the number of sailings that are happening on a daily basis that do leave on time and do complete their service. I'm like Alistair, have been able to have conversations with the Minister on a regular basis, bringing to him issues that my constituents have raised. The delays directly impact on businesses' bottom lines and can cause logistical problems, as Beatrice Wishart mentioned. It impacts people with hospital visits. I too would be interested to know the progress of the new passenger booking system with regards to unmet demand. Last week I spent visiting different locations across my constituency, where I met with ferry groups, farmers, businesses and individuals, and it will come as no surprise to everybody in the chamber that they raise concerns and a deal of anger about ferry services to me. So I'll be writing to the Transport Minister in much more detail about the points that these were raised, but I think it's important to give a flavour of people's lived experiences. The haulier who couldn't get a booking on a ferry to get cattle feed onto Islay. Farmers that can't get their livestock to market from Mull. B&B owners, as Donald Cameron noted, who were losing bookings. Those that don't have credit or debit cards, who can't buy things on board as it's still only card only. Those with hospital appointments on the mainland who can't get car space. But as I have said, I have been able to speak to the Minister about these issues, as have my constituents, and these difficult questions we're both asking of CalMac and CMAL. There have been small but important improvements. The requirement of camper vans to have a booking and not sit in standby queues has made a difference to local people who have wanted to travel at short notice. And the reduction in cost for school minibuses taking island youngsters to the mainland for sporting and cultural events is very welcome. And I also hope that a solution is close to being found to ensure that space is allocated specifically for locals. There have been some improvements that have happened recently. Alistair Allen mentioned the 2 ferries currently for the Islay route, and also the purchase for the MV Utney. I'm slightly lost at the fact that on one hand the Tory benches complain that we've got a poor service, yet when something is done they still complain. This year, the Scottish Government has provided an increase of £7.7 million in grant support for inter-island ferries and committed to maintain RET. I have reservations too about the current structures, but I'm confident that the Island Connectivity Plan, which will be published at the end of 2022, will deliver good outcomes for communities. And the Minister will take the necessary action in creating the best integrated transport system for the communities who rely on them.
Thank you.